Man, I want to share this with you guys because there is 3 uncomfortable truths that we got to take in before we actually hit that tipping point of being successful. And until you actually internalize this, I'm telling you, it's going to be really, really big mountain to climb. Here's the first thing that we need to come across and really internalize. Our physical health. Our bodies are our temple. You heard that before. You heard it many times. But do we put that into practice? Little Rick did not put that into practice. I was eating pizza, Doritos, all kind of shit. Yet I wanted to perform at a high level. I didn't realize that going to the gym was not enough. We all know calories in, calories out. I'm not talking about getting a 6-pack. That's not what I'm talking about, because there's very unhealthy ways to do that as well. I'm talking about putting the right nutrition in your body, be in peak performance physically before we hit that financial success. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So check it out. I remember my party days, I'd go out and I would drink, of course. And the next day I would be hungover. What do you want when you are hungover? Not chicken breast and broccoli, I promise you that. You want a big, greasy cheeseburger with a side of fries and maybe a shake. Now I'm throwing that in my body, and I got to go out and meet clients. I got to go out and run a business. I'm not saying, look, I'm not a fitness coach. I'm not here to give you fitness advice. I'm here to give you business advice. But what I'm telling you is you are a product of what you eat. So until we get our physical in practice, we're not going to get that financial freedom. It wasn't until I started getting a morning routine of hitting the gym, putting the right stuff in my body. Look, man, I'm not working at GNC and I'm not a fitness coach. But what I'm saying is 80% of the time, what are we doing? Until we have that physical part in check, it's an uncomfortable truth. If you look at the people you want to be like, the successful people you want to be like, I promise you, they are doing something with their physical that we were not doing. Don't make the mistakes that I did. I tried it the other way. And of course, in life, there's balance. There is balance. So I'm not saying do this all day, every day, but I'm saying you have to get true to your nutrition. So let me give you some tips on what worked for me, little hacks. Number 1, I would wake up earlier. And first thing I do is I drink my water and I'd head to the gym, get some caffeine in me. I'd head to the gym. The reason why this worked for me earlier is because if I did it later, 2 things happen. My true money-making things, which for me is prospecting. Look, I've been a realtor for a long time and now I'm doing a lot of things in real estate. I needed to have those hours of prospecting. That was my money-making activity. But if I didn't go to the gym first, 2 things would happen. Number 1, I would come to the office and I wouldn't feel in peak performance. That's number 1. Number 2, I was working out of guilt. So when making my calls, I know I was skipping school. Skipping school meant skipping the gym. And while I was skipping the gym, now I'm making these calls guilty. So you want to be in peak performance and you don't want to be playing from behind. So what I did is I woke up in the morning, I got it out of the way. For you guys that are really busy, I got a hack for you. Your weekends, you can probably pour more time into your fitness. So if your weekdays are really busy, I want you to pour more time in the gym on your weekends. If it's vice versa, then you do vice versa. So if I get a gym session in Saturday and Sunday, and I need to work out, let's say 4 days a week, that means I only need to go really, really early, like a Tuesday or Thursday. It's only 2 days a week. So you find your hack. But the most important thing that I want to get across is if you want to make your millions, you have to have some physical ambitions. All right, let's go on to number 2. The second uncomfortable truth on your way to success is you have to polish your environment. if you don't have a good environment in your life, success is going to be far away. You heard it before. You are a product of the 5 or 6, 7 people, 3 people you hang out with. That's a product of your environment, is your relationships. Another product of your environment is your organization. I'm telling you, if you have a messy house, a messy bed, a messy closet, a messy car, man, you're not going to feel organized. If you have a messy CRM, you're not going to feel organized. If you are decluttered, man, in real estate, before we put a house for sale, we got to declutter that house. What I'm saying is you got to declutter your life. And sometimes that means getting rid of people in your life and things. Don't be a hoarder. Don't keep those t-shirts that aren't fitting you anymore. Those t-shirts from 1996 or your pants or your jackets, get rid of them. Make room for new things in your life. That's an easier thing to do, but what's harder is this. I hung out with some messed up people, man. I don't wish this upon any of you. Messed up people put me in messed up situations. You are probably hanging around with some messed up people as well. And if you want success in your life, you have to declutter the people in your life. So here's how it worked for me. I had to empty my cup. Here's a cup. It was full. It was full of garbage. So the first thing I had to do was dump out all the garbage. Then I had to go through a period of loneliness. And that's the part that people cannot do. So once all the negative people are out of my life, man, it was just me and me. And when it's me and me, you're going to learn a lot of things about yourself that maybe you don't want to know because you're surrounding yourself with all the bullshit. So when you get rid of all of that, you're going to go through a period of time that you're going to feel lonely. That's okay. Go through it, grind through that, because at the end of it, you're going to become a different person that has grown. And when you're grown, you're going to attract new things and people in your life, better friends, better relationships with your significant other. Let the universe do its work when you do your work. So you have to polish your environment. The third uncomfortable truth is your relationship with money. I had a horrible relationship with money. Growing up, I didn't have much money. My family didn't have much money. So when I was at the grocery stores and my mom said, you can't have that, or when I wanted a Christmas gift and my parents were like, hey, that's only for rich people, my 7-year-old brain started thinking rich people are bad. Therefore, money is bad. It wasn't until I reversed that and started understanding, actually, these rich people are awesome. Money is great. Okay? So when I started having a positive relationship with money, money actually started coming in. Do these 3 things. Face your uncomfortable truths, and I assure you, the faster you do this, the greater your success will be. See you next time.